Hello, I'm Chinedu and welcome to 10 Minutes of Design with Chinedu Unfiltered. I want to say this before we start. I will always try my possible best to make sure I am within the time frame of 10 minutes so I don't make my episode unnecessarily long unless it is very much required. In my podcast, I will be touching specifically on products and people, how products are built, what processes designers go through, what people think about different products, approach used in optimizing the design thinking process. We might be getting professionals in product to speak about their experience working on or managing different range of products and so much more. But most importantly, how we can build a more consistent and cohesive ecosystem as design thinking practitioners designing for users' needs. I would like to put this out there. This is also an experimental test for me to improve my speaking ability and become more consistent with my use of words. In as much as it is personal to me, I also want to make sure that it is beneficial to you, the listeners. So, for my first episode, I will go ahead and introduce myself and a little bit of background. And in subsequent episodes, I will be outlining what you should be expecting from 10 minutes of design with Chinedu. So let's get started. I am Chinedu. Scratch that. Let's get started. I am a digital product designer from Nigeria. My first love has always been all about solving problems, and aesthetics was one of those channels I first found out can help me achieve this. You see, I was a graphic designer at university studying accountancy to pay up my school fees. It's a story I love telling. You might ask why. Well, not everyone has it easy as a Nigerian. So in my third year, I freelanced for a company called Hold Toys. Hold Toys deals in children toys and they also have an online platform. So apparently, they have just lost their in-house graphic designer and I've been struggling to get a new designer. At this point, I was only 1 year in as a graphic designer. I never knew something I could pick up for fun would eventually pay me money. It was exciting to know, honestly. At this point, I would like to send a shout out to Fidelis for recommending me to the team at All Done Toys. After completing the gig, I was invited for an interview. I scaled through and I was employed full time to manage their social media communications. And that was how my journey completely began as a graphic designer. Sometimes I ask myself, you know, what if I wasn't employed? Will I still be a designer? Well, let's leave the what if for what if's sake. I completed university 2 years later, but within that period, I had been interested in tech, but I wasn't sure what aspect of tech I'd really fit in. So I started going to tech events after work, just to have an understanding what skill sets I can learn and how I can be beneficial in the tech ecosystem in Nigeria. One of the events that kickstarted my entire tech journey was the Semicolons Open House event of 2019 or so. I was called out to introduce myself. I introduced myself as a digital marketing specialist, even though I was just starting up as a digital marketing specialist. And yeah, and it was a very cool day. I loved everyone I met there. Everyone just felt real to themselves. They wore what they felt comfortable in, and that is the kind of person I am. So my product design career kicked off at the start of 2020 during COVID-19 with Star.ng after making brutal research on the field, the prospects, what I can do, and how my existing skills can be transferred. It got me really, really excited. I have always been that guy who breaks things just to see how it works and fixes them together to make sure I can replicate the initial process. And there it was, a career where I could tear down things and put them together in the most aesthetic way possible. I knew right then personally that I have had a braingasm finding out. Google braingasm, you might be amazed. So you might ask, what is Star.ng? Star.ng is an internship program started by Mark Essien and Sheyi Onifade, which is currently known as Zuri Training. You can Google them out and see the amazing things they do with the new base in the tech ecosystem in Nigeria. So in Start.ng, I got to stage 5 out of 10 and tragedy struck. There was a tragic family issue that was beyond my control. I remember speaking to Shea about it and he told me there was nothing he could do. And that was how I was kicked out from the program because I didn't complete the stage 6 task. I wasn't hurt. it just fueled my passion to continue towards the path I had set out for myself. With the little knowledge and skills I already gathered from the likes of mentors like Kingsley and Chris, I was able to get a job with L2 Mobile Technology in Ogun State. Within 3 months of learning and thus officially kickstarting my career as a product designer. I applied to Utiva for the UX UI bootcamp, which lasted for 3 months. And at the same time, I was also consuming a lot of material from blogs, connecting with people who have years of experience on LinkedIn. This was how I met Princely, a senior designer at Endela, an amazing individual too. I was also the first runner-up for the Uranus Academy Design Challenge in 2021. While at it, I also got a gig with the team at Sigma Pay. Sigma Pay is a payment infrastructure based here in Lagos, Nigeria. So what I did for Figma Pay was to design the mobile application and also the web application for their payment infrastructure. After completing the project, the CEO was so impressed with my work that I added an extra 50k just for a job well done. These were exciting times. I felt empowered because I never thought I was that good yet. I just did what I recalled from the trainings, and there I was, impressing the CEO and the entire team. L2 Mobile Technology shut down 7 months later, so I had to leave to join the team at Leshero Group based in Botswana as a product designer. A month in, HNG internship kick-started and I joined. It was the most amazing experience of my life and at the same time, the most challenging. You see, HNG training doesn't care about how good a designer you are. It cares more about how much you can put in the presence of pressure. Would you swim or would you sink? Those are the questions you ask yourself every single time you get to move from one stage to the other. These are situations the real world would actually put you through, right? Situations that require you to think on your toes. But I never let challenges get in my way of getting things done, and I eventually became a finalist. After HNG, I got to work with Mark Essien for 6 months as a freelancer. I must say, Mark is an exceptional mentor and a tech lover. He appreciates well detailed design and the effort put into creating digital products. I learned a lot working directly with him, and I must say, I owe him a little bit of appreciation for always being himself. I forgot to add earlier, after I dropped out of HNG, of Star.ng in 2020, I applied for HNG and I had to leave the program in stage 3 based on the same circumstances that made me leave Star.ng. Mark said something in the announcement channel before I left, and it was centered around not giving up and how challenging HNG can be. And I sent him an appreciation message, which he responded with, "Okay, classic Mark." And just a few weeks later, I got a call from L2 Mobile Technologies. There's something the universe does for you when you work hard to get something done. It's like it comes full circle to help you out when you need it the most. I know this story is just one of many. I know there are a lot of people whose journey wasn't that smooth getting into product design, and that's fine too. It will be great to share your experience when you can. It's been so nice speaking about myself. You can always reach out on social media platform, on all social media platforms at Chinedu DSN, normal Chinedu, and DSN together to talk about how you got into designing products for people, the challenges you faced and you're currently facing, and you overcame and currently overcoming. Those are the real voices of people that need to be echoed. In our next episode, we'll be talking about something very, very exciting. And I hope to see you guys next time. Signing out, Chinedu.